The Preakness favorite has made it here along with Michael McCarthy, his trainer. That is journalism. How was the journey from Louisville up here to Baltimore?
Yeah, pretty easy. 12 hours door to door. Uneventful for the most part.
In adjusting on the fly and making this call midway through the transition from the Derby to the Preakness Stakes, how was the routine for you in getting everything lined up and getting him here?
Yeah, this race was always in the back of our minds. Just wanted to make sure that all was a go here with journalism before we made the decision. A lot of moving parts, ownership groups, and things like that. But he came out of the Derby in good order. His attitude's great. Appetite is fantastic. It seems like he's getting over the track well here.
Trainers consider all variables, and weather is a variable that is always in play. And looking at the forecast, is always forecast that rain was going to be present here this week. Did that play into this decision to move forward, in part considering how well he ran on the off track at Churchill?
Yeah, we're coming from California where it's a little different. We don't get the opportunity to train on an off racetrack, even when there is rain. So at Churchill Downs, he had a morning or 2 mornings where the racetrack might have had a little bit of moisture in it, but nothing like we saw on Derby Day. And as I had said all along, whether it was an off racetrack or a clean trip, I'd rather have the clean trip all day long. And I just never thought that the mud would be that big of an issue for him.
Was it?
It looks like he put in a heck of a run. So, look, in a perfect world, you'd like for everybody to compete under the best of conditions. Mother Nature had other plans, but I feel like he went ahead and gave a very good account of himself.
There's no question about that, Michael. He draws post 2 for the second jewel of the Triple Crown. You've got Speed Deer inside, Speed Deer outside. How do you envision this playing out down the stretch for the first time?
He's fast enough to go ahead and place himself forward early. We've seen that a few times at Santa Anita. Obviously, didn't get to see that at Churchill Downs. We were pinched in the first 100 yards there. Took a little dirt in his face, or a little mud, actually. And I think that may have kind of thrown him for a little bit of a loop, but he recovered quickly. It's a Triple Crown race. These things are always a half a step faster than your regular race on a Friday afternoon. So we'll look for journalism to bounce on out of there and place himself prominently.
How different is the vibe coming back to the Preakness this time around with the favorite versus the experience a few years ago with a horse that you won the Preakness Stakes with Ron Bauer?
Yeah, I just came in here a little bit under the radar in 2021 with Ron Bauer, and he was thriving at the time and was lucky enough to get the job done that day. Horse like journalism was always meant for something like this here on Saturday. He's a special talent, and hopefully we get to showcase that.
We're so happy to have you here, Michael. Good luck this week.
I'm so thankful all the media's here. Thank you guys for having me.